Online Distortions. This is our 5-minute message. It's a new series of messages aimed at target audience only, right? When we talk about the nature of what an online distortion is, these are those topics that can have us handing our hats to people. Who is aligning with me and why? Do I portray myself to my family and friends or to associates the way that I would in person versus online? How many people are starting to see the distinct distortions in the reality in which they vibrate? I am one person in the public sphere versus the private sphere, right? Or is it the same as going what I create in my mind when I'm looking online with people that I know and trust, and the reality of what their thoughts are sending out to others? Many people are actually creating more havoc online than what is needed for the majority of us. How many people want to know that vision? I am here to create the miracles for people is what some of us are here to do, right? The miracle, that's a beautiful vision. It's of the body. It's of the mind. It's for those of us who know how to do that work. For those of you who say to yourself, I know how to guide you to a place of love. That is the nature of what guidance is. I am not here to shed tears and create havoc for many. But I will tell you that there will be many who are going to start to realize that their own visions of what they are creating in their minds versus the reality of what they portray themselves to be on the internet is a whole different story. And this is actually encouraged in many fields of visions, right? I've put my best foot forward. The nitty-gritty of soul says stop doing that. Own your own limitations, correct? These are the distortions of reality that we are talking about that people are creating from. So, if you are in that field of vision of I love who I am and I speak my truth wherever I walk, that is a lie for the majority of people. For those of you who want to see what it's like to be Brenda through the process of discovery, you would understand why she hears from those souls that she creates with. The Supreme Court, all of those souls are there to understand those visions of love. So while we might have our own hearts handed to us by those who say, I tell it like it is, you tell it like it is according to your mind, not the vision of what you are actually creating. Most people are creating from a space of disgust and despair in the minds of many. This is not about, think carefully. How many are portraying themselves as loving and caring souls to their friends and their family, and then behind the scenes they are a whole different animal? This is the nature of the reality in which we vibrate. Those souls who claim to know, I know how to call out people who are not in alliance with their own soul. That's the nature. Your soul calls you out on the carpet if you aren't in that vision of integrity. Not always. But this is why those who go through the process of soul embodiment will very much withdraw from a lot of souls in order to align themselves with who they really are. I come here to be strong and wise. That's the nature of her soul. I am not here to pick my friends carefully, am I? I absolutely use my value system to decide who I can and cannot be friends with. It does not mean that I cannot serve you as a soul. So what does this online distortion really mean? How do I become more of who I am? Does it mean that I lose friends? Sometimes. Does it mean that I lose family members as friends? Sometimes. It means that we love you, but we can't be around you anymore. Until I start to realize that there are people out there who are getting the messages from those souls, either in the groups or in the family tree sections, then we know that's when people start to vibrate up and go, maybe I don't belong in this group, right? It's not about the group. This is literally our friends and our family for the most part. So with that, we want to say thank you for watching. Honor who you are, but realize this is the nature of where we're going. Start to align with who you really are and be careful in your messages of love. That's what most will say. Be careful. Be honorable.